It is with that honor that we are awarding you the Children's Environmental Health Science Award for your child health advocacy and leadership of not only our generation of today, but our many generations of tomorrow. So thank you.
When I met at the round table, we were the only minority women in the committee, and I practically threw myself across the table. Sister, you know, it was so great. It's been such a wonderful time to have with you, and thank you, the Children's Environmental Health Network, and MC and Christy, and everybody involved in this for this beautiful award. I'm really honored. In addition to everything that she said in my bio, I want to add something else to that bio that I would like you to know about me. As a child, I grew up in a cigar tobacco farm in Puerto Rico, and so I was also exposed to an environmental chemical during that time. As part of my growing up, one of my favorite things to do in the farm was to help out in the tobacco harvest. And from that, you might think that I was a very good girl, you know, helping out my family in the farm. But actually, every morning before school, I would hang out with the kids that were smoking cigarettes under the mango trees. And one of the things that I noticed is that although I wasn't tough enough to smoke a whole cigarette, after a few puffs, my morning headaches would disappear magically. It wasn't until 20 or so years later, when I was already in the Department of Environmental Health at Mount Sinai, that a colleague gave me a research paper that he had written that talked about how children that work in tobacco farms can absorb nicotine through their skin. So that's when I learned that actually my hanging out with the bad kids, trying to be cool and kind of lame way to be cool, it was my way of alleviating the headaches that I would get from nicotine withdrawal. So now this is kind of a full circle moment for me, because as a children's environmental health expert and scientist in that field, I get to try to help children in situations like that, like I was in. So now, as a grown-up, non-smoking scientist, I get to go and work in this field. I join many other research scientists who put a little bit of hope into their work, little by little, trying to build on this field. And every September, I go to a big conference that thousands of environmental health scientists go to, and everybody puts their little bit to try to advance the science. Last year, I was at the conference, away in that conference, when I heard about this big hurricane coming to Puerto Rico, and I couldn't get a hold of my family for days. It was the longest days of my life. And finally, when I heard from my mom on the phone, she told me about everybody being okay, more or less, no water, no electricity, but okay. And then she asked me, do you have a good recipe for guacamole? And I was like, what? What a weird thing to ask after you've survived a Category 4 hurricane and part of the roof of your house has been gone. And then she explained to me that all the avocados had fallen from the trees during the hurricane. So she was going to make guacamole. And this is how I learned that every little bit that you do helps give hope. She knew that this one step that she could, positive step that she could take, could give hope to others and to others and to others. So, as part of that tradition, I hope that my little bit of science can contribute to this work so that we don't have more children accidentally exposed to nicotine and exposed in their drinking water to lead and in their fish that they eat to mercury, and contribute a little bit to reducing climate change that causes all these terrible hurricanes that bring all the avocados from the trees. So thank you for this recognition, this beautiful award. I love it. And thank you so much for the work that you also do, and congratulations to the other awardees. I'm very, very honored. Thank you.